One of the beauties of our Catholic faith is its capacity to reconcile things that seem to be very far apart and bring them in a synthesis together. For example, Protestants always bring up the question about Scripture or tradition. And we Catholics say Scripture and tradition. Protestants also wonder about faith or works. And we Catholics say it's not faith or works, it's faith and works. Today, there's also a question that may lead us in two different directions. And the question is, how are we saved? Through the mercy of God or through our own efforts? Through our own energy and will and disposition to work our salvation? What's more important? Or how does this work? Because today Jesus says, if your hand makes you sin, chop it off. If your eye makes you sin, pluck it out. It seems like Jesus is saying, it's a matter of the will. If you put your mind into it, you'll get it done. Salvation is all in our hands. And even look at the first reading. The first reading says, if you rely too much on God's mercy, you're not following the right way. The first reading says, say not, great is His mercy, my many sins He will forgive. Delay not your conversion to the Lord, put it not off from day to day. So, is the answer, the true way to salvation is just a determination of the will? And again, the answer is not one or the other, but one and the other. To work our salvation, there has to be in each one of us that disposition and that complete detachment to sin. That radicality to overcome sin. But at the same time, there has to be an even greater confidence in God's mercy, that He will help us and that we cannot make it without Him. So today, brothers and sisters, let us be reminded, it's not only about my effort, but it's not only about God's mercy. We have to put in our collaboration, but most importantly, we have to rely on God's grace. Because the small collaboration that we can put in naturally has to come from God's grace. So today, let us renew our detachment to sin, but at the same time, renew our trust in God's mercy, providence, and grace, that He would move us and help us to say yes to all of His inspirations and make possible this detachment towards Him.